We're into extra time on this save. We're into season 13. We're boldly going where Tasmania Berlin have never been before. We're having a second season in the Bundesliga. Just because we did so well last season, we not only got Tasmania Berlin all the way to the Bundesliga from the Berlin Liga, we also beat the grand total of 8 points that Tasmania Berlin set in the 65-66 season for one and only stay in the Bundesliga. So we didn't just beat it, we absolutely smashed it. We finished 9th. Unfortunately, our Berlin rivals, Hertha Berlin, won the league. They just destroyed everybody. They ran away with the league, got some fantastic players, and today, because we're the German Cup winners and they're the league winners, we're playing in the Super Cup. And I have to tell you, this episode is some top names coming into the club. Names we will recognise. There's one player who is truly the greatest legend of this, well, the second greatest legend of this. Daniel Usadowski's retired, but the second biggest legend of this club has returned. And then a couple other guys you will definitely recognise. So stay tuned, because on with the episode. Hi guys, it's your boy Chris here from Heed the Ball Gaming, and welcome back to episode 148 of that Football Manager 2019 save, where we just played Tasmania Berlin in the Bundesliga. You know, we just stormed the league last season. We're dominating German football with a German Cup win, and yeah, there's nothing else to tell you. And I've had some glorious money to spend. I've actually had serious money to spend. I had 23 million, and it doesn't sound a lot, and a wage budget of 600,000, and it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. In the Bundesliga, it's still the lowest, I think, but oh wow, I have had so much fun. I don't know why I didn't play in the top leagues. I don't know why I've wasted my save in the Berlin Liga, in the 5th division, and the 4th division, and the Free Liga. The Bundesliga was the place to go. This is easy, this Bundesliga malarkey. Anyway, you're going to want to know the transfers, so I'm going to start with the released players. Couple of names you'll recognise. Michael Chibora, you won't recognise him. He was Peter Chibora's brother. He came through the youth academy. He wasn't good enough. I kind of just kept him here because his history was pretty good. North East North. He missed 2 seasons, but you know, it shows you how far we came. And then Carlos Punte, I gave him a long-term contract because he was the best left wing player I had, and then the club outgrew him. And yeah, he's fairly good. We kept him along as backup, but he just wasn't very good for the Bundesliga. As you can see, my scouts think he's 34%. He has something about him. He's at Wurzburg, he's in the Free Liga. That is probably his level, let's be honest. And then, unfortunately, German Cup winning goalkeeper Eric Darasobia has left. He's not got a club yet, I'm quite surprised. But he's got a German Cup winner medal. Hey. And he was a hero of the penalty shootout. An unlikely hero. Just Virginia was number 1 choice goalkeeper. He came in, and as you can see from his history, he was fairly good for us. He played 2 seasons on loan for us, and was number 1 in the Free Liga and the Bundesliga 2, and he did fairly well, not spectacular. And then he was unlucky. Virginia signed when he signed, so the pair of them signed. Virginia was slightly better, and he got a couple of appearances in the Bundesliga 2, and he played more in the Free League, the Bundesliga, in the Bundesliga actually, when the Bundesliga 2 is, and he obviously played in that cup. He played 3 times in the cup, so the cup was kind of his competition. And Virginia was injured, he stepped in, and he's a hero of it. And unfortunately, he's been released because I've got some money to spend and I can get actually proper goalkeepers in. But unfortunately, he's not a legend. I thought he would have became a favoured personnel or not because he won them the cup, but no. Right, I'm going to go for the players out, but if you have keen eyes, you might notice a few players that are bona fide legends of this game, but I'll talk about it. This is the greatest hits tour, this one. You know what I mean? And this, I brought some of the big boys back from the previous years. As I say, Jamie Thompson, he was a young Scottish lad we brought in. He's very good. He has a chance of making it. Didn't play very often for Raith on loan last season. But this season he's starting to play a bit better, and he's looking a bit better. But yeah, took the opportunity to get a lot of the young lads out on loan. The other player, Ratzavan Kotovic, he went out. He was a Serbian goalkeeper I picked up from the lower leagues. Never made an appearance. I thought he had something about him, but my scouts were correct. He wasn't that good. Then Remzi Hoxia, he came in from Werder Bremen. Well, he's going to Werder Bremen. He's a decent midfielder. he has potential. He does have potential, but yeah, he was just a pain in the bum. He just argued with me all the time. So I'm glad to see a back of him. Then João Virginia. Now my plan was to run with 3 goalkeepers this season, and João Virginia was going to be my experienced backup. But unfortunately, he had a clause in his contract that meant he matched the highest earner. So I have some players on huge amount of monies, and João Virginia is definitely not worth being the highest earner. So I got rid of him. So I think luckily I got rid of him before his value went up, because when the new guys came in, his contract would be about 47,000. So yeah, I don't think I'd have got rid of him after that. Samuel Yamura went away to Kaiserslautern on loan, and again he's just a backup option. Dorge Sahan, he's away, and the fans were reasonably happy about him going out on loan. He's going to get game time, and that's going to benefit him because he definitely has a chance of making it. Hodger Maimauer, the fans were unhappy about him going because they thought he could offer something for the first team, but I think Sahan's actually better than him, so I don't know what the fans are going on about. And then Pakarian, he's another one on loan. Just from all these guys I picked up from the lower leagues. This season the lower leagues were thinner pickings. I couldn't find anybody. Popsia, he's another one. Just decent player. Has a chance of making. Anton Neuendorf, he's away to Arminia Bielefeld. The fans don't think Arminia Bielefeld's a good enough club for him, but I think he'll be lucky to get a game for them, to be honest. He's a good player, but... And then Strumbo, now this was the one that caused the argument. I had a choice, because I brought in so many players, I had to keep one, just because I need some players who have been brought up in the club and stuff. So I had a choice between him and Engler. Now, I don't think Engler's going to make it. I don't think Strumbo's going to make it now at this level. But Engler has been at the club slightly longer. He's not making it. He's not good enough. But I need backup. So I kept Engler and put Strumbo on loan. And he went mad because I put him on loan. The fans went mad. But he has something about him. But a year in the division below will actually help him. Because as you can see, he played a lot. He was the key signing when we won promotion to Bundesliga 2. He steadied up in defence. He played 19 times last season. Engler didn't play that many times. So, you know, he's a decent option. He's going to take a year in the Bundesliga 2. Hopefully he'll play every game and he'll come back refreshed and ready to challenge. But I think that's optimistic. Now, the signings in, there's been a few other loan players I just renewed the loans of, and I'll go through them when I show you the squad. But just going to run through my team. Right, first one was Santiago Meli. Now this was, the scout reports wasn't very favourable for this guy, but I liked the look of him. He was coming in, he's going to do that experienced third choice goalkeeper role, because I've signed another 2 goalkeepers. I've signed a really promising youngster and a German player that's going to be the number 1. So this guy is going to be an experienced backup. He's only got 2 stars. I like him. Look at the technicals of the goalkeeping. They're pretty good, pretty solid. He's a decent player. The mentals are pretty good, and the physicals are a bit poorer. But I think he's a good choice as a third choice goalkeeper. He's not going to play unless there's an emergency, but he's going to be a useful player to have there, and he's doing the exact same job that Virginia was doing. As I say, I would have kept Darasobia, but I think Darasobia, being the legend of that save, he needs to go away and become a first choice goalkeeper, because he's always going to be a player close to my heart, and if he does well, he can come back. Next player in, Jan Nikolak. He's just a young central defender with a lot of potential. he's pretty good. And he's, I think he has a chance of making it. Signed him on a free from Enterpal, who in the Westphalia, which sounds a bit, I'm not going to say what it sounds like. And the next player, Jeremy Wood from Man United. He had a pretty decent career so far. He's been at a lot of big clubs on loan. Wickham, Hull, Bournemouth, Burnley, West Brom. And he's done fairly well. Has he actually played for Man United? He has, he's played for Man United, so, former Manchester United player has actually played one game for them, and he played in the Premier Division, played a lot of games, not great ratings, but the AI is never great, but he has potential, and he's better than what we have, so we have upgraded every position, apart from left back, so we'll skip over left back at the moment. This guy, £3 million, Manuel Schreck, he is a very, very good goalkeeper. He is 4-star, and as we know, if we get a decent goalkeeper in, the save becomes a little bit easier, and he is an appropriate goalkeeper for the level. So I am so pleased to have this guy in. He came in from Cologne. He was relegated. He's been relegated a lot. If we just look at his career, he's had a few relegations in his time, but he's a decent goalkeeper. He will do the job, and he's going to be the number one unless he loses it, because he's got a competition in his hands, because the next guy is Vaclav Kodar for Spartak Moscow. I signed him for 1.9 million. This guy has all the potential in the world. Look at this guy. He's 17-year-old. He's in the under-19s at the moment, but he's going to be my number 2. If anything happens, he's going to step up to the first team, and Rumeli is the backup. And he's beautiful. I think he could be one of the best goalkeepers in the game, to be honest. We need to give him plenty of time to play. And he's not played first team football at all. Just go and check that now of saying that. He's played one game and he played atrociously, so we'll just skip over that. He's only 17. Next guy my scouts recommended this guy from Braga. He looks alright, doesn't he? He's a midfielder, left-sided midfielder. He can play all over these positions. He's a decent player, and I'm happy to have him on board. He didn't cost that much. just under £500,000. He's not costing us much. He has potential, and even if he doesn't live up to all the potential, we can sell him on, but I think he could be special. Next guy in, Antonio Budimir. I can't believe I got this guy. This guy's a steal. He had a release clause of 150 grand, and again, he's from Hanover, relegated. I said a couple of players from them. He's very good. He's had 4 appearances now. The fans, when I said I signed him, were saying that his team was relegated last season. I don't think he might be good enough, but he played 4 times. I think it's a bit nasty to blame Hanover getting relegated on his lack of goals. But look at this, he is potentially a top class striker. So Hanover will be missing him. We had another player I wanted to get, but they wanted 9 million was his release clause, but he was going to be one of the greatest players in the game, but I just didn't have enough money for him. Next guy was from Hanover as well, Christoph Slotner. Now look at this guy, look at his. He is absolutely fantastic. 21-year-old. He plays in that as a deep line playmaker, exactly what I'm looking for. And look at the stats for deep line playmaker. He's only going to get better. He's only 21. He is an absolute beast. If you look at his history, he's played a lot of games. Freiburg. He was at Bayern Munich. Did he actually play for Bayern Munich? He didn't play for Bayern Munich, but he played plenty of games for Hanover, and obviously he got promoted and then relegated. So he has experience, and I'm really happy to have him on board, especially for 3.1 million. That was a release clause as well. Right, the next guy, you'll recognise him, Torgen Middendorp. He's from Bayern Munich, on loan again. I went to Bayern Munich right at the end of the season and said, click that renew loan deal, and they said no, we're going to give him a chance in the first team. They took Alzit back as well. So I thought I'll try my luck. Went back for Middendorp, went back for Alzit, and they said no to Alzit, but they said yes to Middendorp, and I am so pleased to have him back. He's just been Mr. Consistency. Look at that, 7 goals, 5 assists, 7.05 ratings in both the Bundesliga 2 and the Bundesliga. Yeah, the team need him, and you could argue that him coming on changed the final because they scored and we scored. So yeah, he is a proper player. Now the next one you will see, Zlatko Simic. We're paying him a lot of money to be here, but I had to. He's a player that got stolen from us. If we look at the history, he got absolutely stolen. We stole him from Croatia Berlin. He played 2 seasons for us, looked fairly good. Then he went to Schalke, had a couple of seasons at Schalke second team, played a couple of games for him, went on loan for Espanyol, and we've got him back. We're paying a lot of money, 4.7 million just for the year. But if he fires us in the goals to keep us up, it'd be well worth it. So I had no doubts and no qualms about bringing him back, because, you know, look at his information, you know, he loves me, and he's a wonder kid, and 4.7 million is not that much for a season, even though they stole him for 1.5 million. As I say, the chairman sold him above my head. We got a stupid fee. How much did we get from him in the end? Yeah, they sold him for 1.4 million, which is absolutely nothing when we're in the Bundesliga 2. If we'd kept him for another season, he would have fired us up to the Bundesliga and we'd have been in the Bundesliga. So yeah, I think the board panicked. The next season they did the exact same thing. Another player we stole from Croatia Berlin, Petar Posovic, and again the board sold him from underneath my thing with 1.1 million to Bayern Munich. And again, if he just waited, we'd have been in the Bundesliga on this season. So we just panicked, and it's annoying, but you know, I suppose the money was to keep the club going. They didn't probably expect us to get promoted, so that's what I keep telling myself. But he's a very good player. I just want to see him play. I never got to see him play because he got stolen us at 15, so I'm so pleased to have him on board, and we're going to see what he's like. The next player you will know, he is a man, the myth and the legend, Henrik Hamel. Now, he may not be as impressive as Posovic and Simic and, you know, Middendorp, but, you know, he's an important player, because this is what is important. If you look at his history, he's all the way down at the Berlin Liga. He started off in the Berlin Liga. He was too young to play that season, the first season when we won the Bundesliga, Berlin Liga. But, you know, his things, he left here at North East North the year we won the North East North division, and then he came back halfway through the regional division North East. He played fairly well. He played 10 games in the Free Liga, and then 3 games, and then he left here. So I don't know why this is up here. It says Bundesliga 2, but he didn't stay. He just left. And then he went to Bora Dresden, had a season, and then he never played. Why did he not play that season? I don't know. Maybe we didn't think he was good enough, and I've brought him to Bundesliga. And interestingly, if you just look at his information here, right, so he says we prefer not to pay for Bora Dresden, we prefer not to pay for Tasmania Berlin. Now, he's did a really bad job of that, because he signed a 4-year contract with us, and I'm paying him 10 grand. It's amazing what 10 grand a week would do. I don't want to play for you. Here's 10 grand. Yes. I'm actually surprised he gave me the option, but he was probably that surprised a Bundesliga team came for him. So, and, you know, saying that, you know what I mean, if you look at his favoured information, you know, he likes me and he likes Tasmania Berlin, and the reason he said he was coming back was because he liked me and he had respect for me. So, fair play to him. The next player in, Matthias Ferreira, Leon, had him, and we had him on loan last season, and the season before that, I think. Yeah, and again, Mr. Consistency. He went off the boil at the end of last season, but, you know, he's fairly good. And I went back to them and said, do you fancy loaning him out again? And they said yes, after saying we were going to give him a chance in the first team. So I don't know what had changed between then and now. Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of players here. The next guy is Stefan Garb. Now, I wasn't planning on signing anybody else for the midfield. There was all wingers and left backs I was looking at, but this guy came available. 18-year-old German player from Kaiserslautern. He had a release clause, and I was like, yes please. He's a defensive midfielder, but we're going to train him to play that deep lying role in the midfield. And yeah, he's good. He is very, very good. And that's all I have to say. He played quite a lot in the Bundesliga too. And yeah, we are going to get the best out of him. Just what interested me was the players that were after him, the teams that were after him. Man United, Milan, Inter. The next guy's on loan from Man United. He's a defensive midfielder, but he can play as defensive centre. And this is where I brought him in to play. He has all the attributes to play there. I would actually argue he may actually be a better centre back than he is a midfielder. But because that's his best one there. He's probably a better midfielder, but he's very good. That was my point. And has he played for Man United actually? Just saying that. He's played a couple of games for Man. He played one more game for Man United, so he's proper experience. He's played a lot for Watford. Watford obviously loved him. So yeah, I'm pleased to have him on board. And then the next guy, Kyle Emerson, Brazilian. He's not an international, unfortunately. I said we'd make it when we got a Brazilian international. We haven't done that yet. But he's on loan from Huddersfield. He's worth 17.75 million. He's not been great. If you look at his ratings, he's been about Leeds, Brighton, Huddersfield. So he's transferred for 39 million, nearly 40 million. So he's going to come to Germany, see if it's more his liking than England, and hopefully he'll play well. Because he has all the attributes to be a very good winger, and he's a left-sided. So I'll give Middendorf a run for his money. And then the last one was Kieran Owens. And this is just a kind of panic buy. He can cover everywhere in defence. He's alright. He's just on loan from Liverpool. He's played twice for Liverpool, so he's done alright. And he's been on loan for the League One Championship, so now he's going to get a chance at the Bundesliga. And that is them all. And I've probably got two more signings to tell you about, but I'll tell you about them next time, because I am absolutely knackered after that. So in terms of the squad today, I think I've showed you most of them. Got 3 goalkeepers, the other guys in the under 21s. So we've got Manuel Schreck, Mele, Owens, and Erdal Koskin. He's a backup right back. He's alright. He's just not developed as much because he never got that much football last season. 3 games, pretty poor. And then Paulo Pinto, he's turning into an absolute beast. Another season of potential football. He'll probably be 4 stars. He's very good. And I'm not wanting to bring anybody in on the right side because I don't want to block his route to the first team. And then you've seen Rico Egler. He was a player with either him or Strumbo. And I just want Strumbo to get some game time, but he's not going to improve. This is probably his last season with us. He didn't play that often. Played twice in the Bundesliga, so you know, writing's on the wall for him. If I got an offer for him, I might take it. Jeremy Wood, we saw. Jen Kraft on loan from Hertha Berlin. He's just been an absolute revelation for us. He's been on loan 4 years. He's practically our player now. He's very good. He didn't have a sparkling season last season. He can play in midfield, he can play in defence. We normally play him in defence, but this year we've got a few more defenders on board, so hopefully he'll not be needed that much in defence. And then we've got Vladimir Alec. I have to think here. He is our left back. We could do with an upgrade, to be honest. He's a captain. I don't know how much longer he's going to be the captain for us because I think we have better options now. So I'm going to play this game and then I'll probably take the captaincy off him if we sign another left back because I don't want to upset him. And then with Marcus Boy, he's just a beast. He has a release clause of 9 million. I'm hoping to get that sorted by the end of the season. Get this guy in because he has all the potential in the world. Absolute beast. And again, It's his second season, and he was pretty solid for us last season. He had a poor start, but after that he did fantastic. Garby, you've seen. Axel Althar, he is another beast of a midfielder. He was on loan for us 2 seasons, and then we signed him permanently on a free, and yeah, he's pretty good. And I'm expecting more from him. How old is he now? 22? 22, so he might not improve that much, but he has a chance. We absolutely demolished the coaching setup as well, so I'll show you that in a minute as well. It's a long video, this one, so if you're not interested in all this back the scenes stuff, maybe not this video for you. And then Mohamed Ince, another top quality youngster. Again, I don't think he's going to improve to that. I think he's probably going to be 3 stars, so I wasn't going to sell him. I was going to sell him, well, let him go for a free, but the coach was like, oh, don't let him go, don't let him go. So I gave him another year, and we'll see how he gets on. Connor Murray, the young Irishman, Northern Irishman, he's very good. He has potential of 5 stars. He played 18 times for us last season, so he's got a chance. He's played fairly well, so I'm glad to have him, and he was also the scorer of the goal of the season for us. So we'll give him that. Henrik Carmel, the man, the myth, the absolute legend, has returned. Ferreira we've seen. Philip Hubner, he's a good young player. He was one I thought about putting on loan, but I wanted to keep him. I might put him out on loan towards the end of the transfer window, but I'd quite like to see him try cement a position. Posovic we've seen. Christian Krokbo, he's a really good player. He's wanted. Who's he wanted by? Oh, people are wanting to come in for Krokbo, but we're not going to sell him because he is going to be the new captain. He is leadership, decisions. The young Norwegian is just an absolute beast. He's probably our best player that we actually own, and he was a revelation last season. He settled in quite well, and if he settles in even better this season, I think I'm expecting a good season from him. Slotner we've seen. Cyril Bompart, he agreed to renew his contract at the end of the season as well, his loan contract, so he's very good. He comes up with big goals. He's not scored that many goals actually, he's 2 loan things with us, but he was a big reason we got the promotion to the Bundesliga, and he was solid in the Bundesliga too, so he is only 20, so I'm expecting big things from Cyril Bompart, for the man on loan from Nantes. And then Emerson we saw, Middendorp we saw, Robin Fuller, he's been a bit of a pain. He's fairly good. He's very good actually. I'd like to give him a run in the midfield at times, but he's complaining about not getting first team football. And fair play, he only played once last season, so, and it was a very important game he played in, so we can't complain at him. But what was the game he played in? I think he played in the cup final as well, didn't he? So yeah, he should be complaining. Antonio Budimir, he was very good for us last season. What am I talking about? Antonio Budimir, a very good signing from Hanover. He's going to be a top class striker at one point. Music, he agreed his loan from us again from Bayern Munich. He's going to be a number 1 choice striker to start off with, but if he doesn't do it, Simic will come in and take his position, because he doesn't score that many. Hankey outscored him the year we got to Bundesliga 2, and we won the Bundesliga, and he only got 5 last season. For somebody leading the line on his own, I'm expecting more from him. And then Jesper Volensen, he just hasn't improved enough, but he hasn't been getting enough game time, you know what I mean, and he's just not been doing it. 2 goals in 19 appearances, 25 and 9. When we signed him in the Free Liga, he was an absolute superstar, and if we'd had a couple more seasons in the Free Liga, he'd have probably got triple figures and stuff. But just because look at the pace and acceleration, he's going to cause teams problems. But yeah, I don't think he doesn't quite have he wants to play advanced forward. Maybe he'd be a bit of a poacher actually. Not quite, but he has the acceleration, and he can cause problems coming off the bench. I'm keeping him around anyway. He's not happy, but we'll see how he goes. Just a couple of things to tell you about in the coaching side of things. We've got almost a full complement of coaches. Just to show you, Jermaine Defoe is a coach here. I actually thought about bringing him in as assistant manager. He looks a fairly good assistant manager, but I quite like low header. I quite like the fact that we've got heed the ball and low header. I get the high balls, he gets the low balls. But he's very good. If low header goes, then I might make Jermaine Defoe my assistant manager, which would be quite nice. And then if we look at the whole team, as I say, we've got a huge, look at this. I've never seen so many. When I started off, I didn't even have an assistant manager until Oliver Fran. We managed to make enough room in the budget for Oliver Fran, who is now doing fairly well as a manager. It took him a little while. As you can see, another player, under 19 assistant manager, Ivo Posovic. If you can't remember him, he was here with us way back in the 1920 season for 3 seasons, and he was a pretty solid left back in the second season. His first season he was absolutely appalling, but his second season he was solid, and in the third season we got rid of him. So yeah, he's fairly good, so I'm glad to have him on board. So this game is going to be played at our stadium, which is quite a surprise. I'm quite pleased it's a home game. We're just going to go for the tactic that we normally go for. I don't know what this big red thing is here, because Middendorp's been playing there the whole time, and I've never seen that before. A lot of the youth players are a bit unfit, so we're not going to play them. Conor Murray's could come onto the bench, but I think I'm quite happy with that. Axel Alter's another one. Henry Carmel, we'll see him. He'll have a few cameos this season, but I don't expect him to play much. And then obviously a few players that are struggling, but there's a lot of players struggling with fitness, so this is what we're going to go for. We're going to go for Streck, get him in his debut, Pinto, Wood in the midfield, in the defence, Boy, and then Alex going to take the captaincy for his last time, and then Krokbo, Bompard, and then Kreft's going to move into midfield instead of Alter. We're going to see how Kreft can do. Obviously he's going to have some serious competition. And then Ferreira, Middendorp and Music pick herself, but well, Simic's going to be Lumen, Posovic's going to be Lumen for him, and then Cowell Emerson's going to be Lumen for him. So these 3 guys have all got competition now, some serious competition. So I am looking forward to this, and there we go. We're going for a 4-4-2. The manager obviously doesn't have any. Good luck, go out and pull up, set out, right, and a lot more to come. Completely got what it takes. Got what it takes now. Wood doesn't speak any English, and he's playing at the back for us. This could be a mistake, but I'm not overly bothered. If we get thrashed here, it's expected. So Middendorp, Krokbo, Music. Oh, Ferreira. Oh, I thought it was Onana. Saves. But Hertha absolutely ran away with the league last season, so be nice to get close. Oh, free kick. Oh, I thought it was a penalty. Referee bottled it, I think. But yeah, I'm pleased. This is the biggest game in Germany, and it's 2 Berlin teams that are playing it. Not the biggest team, but you know what I mean, in the centrepiece of German football. The cup winners v the league winners, and it's 2 Berlin teams that are playing it. And people say that Berlin is not a football city. I saw a really good documentary on YouTube. I can't remember what the guy's name was called, but if you just put in the type in Berlin football city, it should come up. It was just an absolutely fantastic one. Not enough Tasmania Berlin for my liking, but it's well worth a watch. If I have time, I'll stick the link in the description down below. It's really worth a watch, actually. Just came up in my Twitter feed because obviously I follow a lot of the Berlin things, just because I quite like the scene in Berlin, all the football teams and everything. There's nothing happening. Look at all these glory hunters, these Tasmania Berlin fans. Look at them. These are glory hunters. These guys weren't with us in the Berlin Liga. But welcome on board, guys. I like that Hertha Berlin top actually. Kreft loses it. Martins. You think it's only going to be a matter of time before they get a goal. Pinto away. Pinto's not good. Oh, they're having shots and shots and shots. Right, let's get creative. Calm it down. They're not dominating us. We've actually had more possession, but I think maybe be playing on the counter. So I'm not. Team talk. Right, we've been a better team. Right, we're not believing this. Right, more what it takes. You've got what it takes. You've got what it takes. Right, let's go for it, guys. Mega Head. I always love that name. I've came up against him a lot of times. I think even when they were in the Free Liga, we came up against Mega Head. Right, Alec, can you get to a player? Oh, you got to music. Kreft, Alec, Kreft, Krotbo. Oh, lovely Middendorp. Are we actually going to see a highlight for us? No, because Middendorp can't tell the difference between blue and black and white. Boy, away, Bompart, Kreft. You're not impressing me, Kreft. And that was outrageous. It's a really long highlight. Canu, Silva. Oh, and they always, as soon as you get to that angle, they always score. I want a closer look, but it doesn't matter, it's a goal. Is it? Yeah, it's a goal. He's not offside. Well, he could be. No, I don't think he is. Be a toenail or something if it is, but it never is. Right, okay. Right, how many times do we have to see it? Yeah, it was a goal. So why do we see this? Right, who's not playing well? Middendorp, Music. Basically the front four, the ones that are, and Jeremy Wood. So who comes off? I think Simic comes on. Cow comes on. Because we does he? Posovic comes on because I want to see Posovic play. And Jeremy Wood comes off because he's not been good. Put Kreft at the back. And then Wood for Leperi. There we go. Triple sub. Guarantee one of our players will get halved. Get creative. Oh, come on. That was not in the box. I can tell you that for now. Was not in the box. No, definitely not. Yeah, there's a surprise. I've never had one of those where it's actually been in the box, so, and we're actually seeing the free kick. We don't normally get to see a free kick, so that's not a good thing. Middendorp away. It's a counter. Oh, look at Middendorp go. He knows he was a lucky one not to get sent off. Posovic. Oh, I nearly found his fellow Croatian. Fellow Croat. And Boy comes across. Did well. Shrek. See, this is the problem. A lot of new players in this squad, so it's going to take a little while to bed down. So I'm not expecting a result. But if we can keep it to 1-0, I'm going to go Tori Pulis again. It's Pinto. Krotbo. Bompart. Oh, back heel to Posovic. Posovic's played reasonably well since he came on. First taste of first team football. He knows I'm the man that'll give him a chance. Middendorp, and oh, Middendorp's the man that's trying to make things go. And Alec again. I'm itching to go Tony Pulis style. Bompart, and that must be a goal. And Nana saves. Right. I think we'll just leave it because we're having chances. Krotbo. Boy, and oh, again, another header right into Onana's hands. He must have like super glue or magnets in that hand. I was wanting this to be a lot closer. Right, tactics. It's time. Problem is I've used all my subs, so I can't bring on anybody that can actually play up front. From changes, play, and pause it, and then let's go attacking, and then team instructions, switch all this off. And then work it into the box, tempo, mega high, and then direct, go for it. Yeah, make ease off, mate. Very attacking. Let's see how these guys cope with the long ball. They're coping with it fairly well. And that is it. Job done for Hertha. Unlucky. It would have been quite nice to have added the German Super Cup to the collection, but it's not to be. They're celebrating in our stadium. It's not what I wanted. It was close, but no cigar. Aggressive. That performance has much more work to do. End team talk. I don't think we were outclassed there. It was a decent performance. It'd been nice to have had the German Super Cup, but we got there. We got to the final, and we were proud to be it. So it's fairly good, and we've got some decent money as well. Look at that. And the board are satisfied we tried our best in the Super Cup. So that I'm happy to take 850,000 for that. What was Shatner there for? Christian Krotbo. He's got no chance of getting Krotbo. I don't like Shatner. There we go. And let's look at the competitions. We're in the first round of the German Cup. The division begins in 12 days. So it's on the 18th of the 8th, that one. And when do we get drawn into the Cup? The 19th of the 9th. So we've still got a few weeks still. That happens. So I'll come back for the draw for that. And the schedule. Yeah, fairly good. We will play. I'll probably just skip over the Jan Regensburg game. We'll come back for the Dynamo Dresden game and the Borussia Dortmund double bill and the transfer update. Alright, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.